Ready. Play.
Let's go back then to the other group, the group Connors or the Connors group. And the other match that's coming up will be a pretty fatigued Lorenzo Musetti against Taylor Fritz. What are your thoughts on those two players and that upcoming match?
Not wild about the circumstances for him.
No.
It already was going to be tough for him to beat Taylor indoors with Taylor's serve and aggression and consistency off the ground these days, and just his all-around professionalism. And Taylor is coming off a final here last year. He was in the semis a couple of years before that. He lost like 2 tiebreakers to Novak. He's played well in this tournament, and I think it's going to be a tough day for Musetti to bounce back that fast and have to play somebody as good as Fritz indoors. So I must say, I like Fritz to win that along the lines of 6-4, 7-5, something like that.
Yeah. Interestingly, Lorenzo Musetti's won the last 3, but none of them have been on a hard court. They're on clay. Who can forget that Wimbledon quarterfinal? That was a surprise for me. I thought Taylor would win that one, but it was a 5-setter that went the way of the Italian. And then there was a match at the Olympics on clay. Sure, this will be a very different match, as we can see from their matches at the Paris Olympics and also Monte Carlo in 2024. But indoor hard, they did play at the Davis Cup Finals in 2022 in that scenario, and Taylor won that one. And yeah, I think Lorenzo's a bit unfortunate that this situation with him obviously struggling to qualify, ultimately making it, all that effort he's put in. Plus, I think the conditions in general, this is going to be. But I'm pleased he's there in one respect in terms of Turin. I know it meant a lot to him. And as I say, we'll just put that little tiny asterisk. We haven't had 100% confirmed, but it does seem as though Lorenzo Musetti said in his press afterwards that Novak had told him he won't be playing Turin. So we'll assume that that's the case for now. But yeah, I feel similar to you. I might even go a bit more comfortably, something like 3-4, 2-3. Something like that and maybe Musetti will get better as the tournament goes on. But that Taylor match, I think is, and who can forget, by the way, Taylor Fritz, I think he was serving for it against Novak, serving for the first set anyway against Novak in 2023 or 2022, one of those. Anyway,
22, yeah.
And then there was the call from the crowd midpoint, wasn't there? I think, and that
yeah,
did
that's
possibly
right.
and he had a short ball to put away.
Yeah, no, he played a good match. He played a really good. Both sets were really tight, and look, then last year, a nice run to the finals that backed up his claim to having markedly improved by reaching the Open final a few months before that. He lost to Yannick again, just as he had in New York. So I think he's going to feel good about himself, but he also won't take Musetti lightly, particularly in light of this recent head-to-head results. But I will say this: I do think. I've never quite understood the performance that Taylor turned in against Musetti that day at Wimbledon, taking nothing away from Musetti, who was so speedy of foot and so inspired, and his shot making was brilliant. But Taylor had an awful day off the forehand and served erratically. We don't see him play many matches like that these days, and he won't turn one like that in my view, in Turin.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.